Are you thinking about buying a home in Prosper, Texas? In this video, I'm going to share everything that you need to know about living in Prosper. I'm Keela McGraw, your favorite Dallas-Fort Worth realtor, and I've helped a lot of people relocate to the area. When people reach out to me, one of the suburbs that comes up quite a bit is Prosper, Texas. Now, there is no doubt that Prosper is one of those towns that is growing. It has a population of about 31,700 people, so it is on the smaller side. But it is catching a lot of people's attention, and they are wanting to call Prosper home. You may not know this, but niche.com ranked Prosper as the 13th best place to raise a family in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. The town's annual growth rate over the past 5 years has been between 9 to 13%. So the town of Prosper has definitely been one of those places that families in particularly have decided to put down their roots. So I'm going to share some things that you need to know about living in Prosper. We're going to be talking about schools, crime, location, shopping, restaurants, of course, and housing, because you have to have someplace to live and you want it to be beautiful, and Prosper definitely does not let you down. So let's get started with where Prosper is located. Prosper is just north of Dallas. It sits in Collin County, which if you've seen any of the other videos that I've done, I've mentioned that Collin County is one of the fastest growing counties in the country. Living in this city, you're going to have easy highway access. You have Highway 380, which runs east and west, but you also have the Dallas North Tollway, and you can actually take Highway 380 all the way to Highway 75. Easy access if you have to commute to downtown Dallas or local suburbs such as Plano or Frisco. You're about 35 minutes to DFW Airport and 40 minutes to Dallas Love Field. So if you need to get on a quick flight to travel or go to other places for work, not a bad commute to get to the airports, of course, depending on the time of day that you are going there. Other things to keep in mind with Prosper's location is it's about 40 minutes to downtown Dallas, and it's about an hour to downtown Fort Worth. So you may not want to have Prosper as your ideal city to live in if you're going to be working in Fort Worth, because that is quite a commute. And while we're talking about traveling on the roads, so Prosper again is one of those smaller cities. They're still building out the infrastructure there. So hang in there. The infrastructure will catch up. But just keep in mind that traffic is pushing further out into the suburbs. It's not in just the core cities of like Dallas and Fort Worth. So with Prosper being a popular city for families, there's obviously got to be something else drawing them to the city. And one thing that I would like to mention is there are plenty of things to do for families in Prosper. There are more than 30 parks and over 630 acres of land for parks and recreation with hiking and biking trails, sports activities such as basketball, football, all the things, fishing, swimming, and of course, plenty of playgrounds for the kids. Now, something special about Prosper is because it does have that small town community feel. You have a lot of great things going on as far as events that involve families. One of the things that I think is cool is they have a fishing competition for kids. I think that's one of the cool things that I would like my family to take part in. You also have pickleball tournaments, which, you know, pickleball is one of those sports that's really growing in popularity. One really cool thing about the city of Prosper is it has an annual event called Celebrate Prosper, and it really is kind of like just a fun event where you have different vendors, different activities for families and kids. Just a fun time, and it's something that the city does annually. So that's something to look forward to, get to meet some of your neighbors, some of your elected officials. Definitely want to check that out if you live in Prosper. And of course, holidays are a great time to come together, and Prosper does have a Christmas festival. You'll want to definitely look that information up and take part in that. And I can just really see why Prosper is the 13th best place for families as a suburb in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. Now, when it comes to shopping, Prosper is a smaller town, but it does have restaurants and shopping. Now, we're not talking about the higher end stores, not yet anyway. So you have your mom and pop restaurants and stores and boutiques, but you also have more of your chain restaurants as well. One of the cool shopping centers that you'll find in Prosper is the Gates of Prosper, and it has both boutiques and shops, as well as some cool restaurants. So definitely check it out. And then you have grocery stores. So they do have your grocery stores. You don't have to travel to other cities. They have Walmart and Kroger, and I'm sure some more will be coming on as they grow. Downtown Prosper is one that is definitely unique. You know that you are in or near downtown Prosper when you see the silos. And so when you see these silos, you know you're close to that downtown area. I think that's really cool. It kind of reminds me of the silos in Waco with Chip and Joanna Gaines. So just know that Prosper does still have that small town vibe to it. You feel like you're in an old country town, but again, we're talking about a growing city, a rapidly growing city. So I'm sure that downtown, and I hope that it keeps the small town vibe, but I'm sure that's going to evolve into some other things as this growth happens. Of course, when you're thinking about moving to a new city, school districts is always one of the things that is at the top of the list whenever I'm talking with folks. And Prosper Independent School District is one of the top rated school districts in the area. It has an overall accountability rating of 94 out of 100, which is an A from the Texas Education Agency. You have 21 schools overall in that Prosper Independent School District, and they serve over 21,000 students. The student to teacher ratio is about 15:1, so you have your smaller class sizes, which is great for making sure that kiddos get the attention that they need. And because of Prosper's growth, of course they're going to have to build some new schools. So they have 4 new schools that are under construction, and 3 of those schools will be opening in the fall of 2023. And one of those includes a new high school. Another thing that is on the top of people's list of things when considering a city is crime and safety. And according to niche.com, Prosper has an overall crime and safety rating of a B, which in the big scheme of things is not bad. It's not an A, it's not a C. Definitely do your due diligence and look at those crime heat maps to see what's going on in different areas before you lay down your roots and select that home for your family. One topic that constantly comes up when I'm talking to folks about relocating to the area is the cost of living. They are attracted to living in this Dallas-Fort Worth area due to the lower cost of living. Now, according to payscale.com, Prosper's cost of living is about 2% higher than the national average. Now, keep in mind, the housing cost is about 27% above the national average for housing. So definitely a difference there. Just to give you an idea of housing costs, the median price of a home in Prosper in June of 2023 was $850,000. That is a significant difference in the median sales price of a home in DFW of $388,000. So with that $850,000 price tag, you do get a brand new home or near new home with 3,000 to 4,000 square feet. We're talking 4 to 5 bedrooms, 3+ bathrooms. So it's a nice size home, newer home that you would be getting since Prosper is such a growing city. You will find that a lot of these homes have larger lots, you have wider streets. Some of these are master plan communities, and one of the more popular master plan communities is Windsong Ranch. Now, the homes in Windsong Ranch range from about $450,000 to $1.1 million, and they're still building in this neighborhood. They have over 15 builders that have been in this neighborhood or are still building in this neighborhood. So you have quite a variety when it comes to housing prices. And that $400,000 range is going to get you a townhome in Windsong Ranch. Of course, $1.1 million, you're going to have a single family standalone home on a considerable size lot too. So one of the coolest things about Windsong Ranch is it has a lagoon, and this lagoon is about 5 acres. It has water that is, goes as deep as 8 feet. You have beautiful white sand beaches in this lagoon. So it definitely is one of those unique master plan communities that has this lagoon. We're starting to see more of them pop up, but Windsong Ranch was one of the first ones here in the North Texas area. Also in this area, you can do water sports, you can do kayaking or paddle boarding. So there's plenty to do. You have plenty of trails to walk around, and Windsong Ranch is a nice size master plan development. It's one of the larger ones in Prosper. Another cool thing about Windsong Ranch is it has a cafe, and not all of these master plan communities have cafes or stores or anything like that. So I thought that was cool. They do have more than one pool to choose from, and of course, individual residences can also have pools in some of their yards. Just depends on the survey and what's allowed. So there's an amenity center. There's plenty to do in this master plan community of Windsong Ranch. So it's going to be hard not to love, even considering buying a home in Windsong Ranch. There are other communities in Prosper. Windsong Ranch is not the only one. You have Lakeside Legacy, Star Trail, Light Farms, the Montclair, and then you have Ladera at Prosper, which is an active 55 and up community. Really cool. They have their own amenity center, different activities. So it's really for that active adult lifestyle. And I think we're starting to see more of these 55 and up communities that are popping up, especially near a lot of these master plan communities. Do you have any questions about living in Prosper? Give me a call, email, or text, and I'll see you in the next video.